Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and I'm playing in the E-25. This is the Tier 7 German tank destroyer, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been changing the way that I play this tank, and I believe I'm starting to have a better opinion on what kind of a role it has. So, many of you guys will know that in the last couple of patches, Wargaming have nerfed tank destroyers. Well, more specifically, they changed the way that the camouflage ratings work after they fire. Previously, all tank destroyers in the game, their kind of speciality was that after they fired, they had better camo rating than most of the other tanks, such as heavies or mediums. However, Wargaming changed this, but one thing that they did is, I guess they were quite worried that everyone who had bought a premium tank destroyer, i.e. they spent real money on it, would be worried, oh, you've nerfed it, I want a refund, I want a refund. So what they did is they said that they're not going to actually change the way that the camouflage after shooting works on the premium tank destroyers, such as this one, the E-25, and also the Soviet one, the SU-122-44, and I guess also tanks such as the Jagdtiger 88 and even the AT-15A. Now what this means is this got me thinking about, if they must have nerfed something like that, well then that means that it probably was too powerful for the game. So I decided to try and take advantage of that. Oh! Those rocks just came out of nowhere. Dang, why do they always put them just behind bushes? I think that's about the third or fourth time I've crashed into those rocks in just as many weeks. I really don't learn very quickly. So the idea that they nerfed the camo rating for all of the tank destroyers apart from the premium ones suggests to me that it's a feature that we should try and make the best use of. And so, on a live stream about a week ago, I decided, well, I might as well maximize the camo rating on these tanks. And so I dropped out the ventilation and added in a camouflage net. When you combine this with binoculars on the vehicle, this means that you have exceedingly good view range and absolutely incredible camo rating, as you guys are going to see. Now this IS is 420 meters away from me, and we're not spotted. And that's the kind of idea of this video. We just spotted all of those guys. We're going to start firing at this tiger. We're not spotted. We're not spotted. We're still not spotted. Now we're spotted. So there's either two options there. One, that tiger on the left spotted us. Or secondly, that tiger on the right activated his binoculars. I do believe, however, it was probably the tiger on the left just coming up on the ridgeline and spotting us. However, Sixth Sense has allowed us to avoid fire. Let's get straight back to it and punch some holes in this Tier 7 German heavy tank. And this tiger literally has no idea what's going on. And our 75mm can be put to work. He literally has no idea. And there you have it, really. That is, in my opinion, the meta for this tank. Try and get your opponents between 445 meters and probably about 350 meters and engage them. Hopefully firing round after round after round with your 75mm into their tank without being spotted. Now this is nothing new. I've tried to hint at this for probably a year now. One of the key videos for me was when I did my Borsig tank review. The Borsig tank review was before the camouflage nerfs, and since the nerfs it's been a lot harder to remain hidden in your Waffenträger auf Panzer IV and also your Borsig. It is still possible, however. It's just a lot harder. We load a premium round to finish him off before he's able to shoot us with that ridiculous 122mm on the IS. It would have shaved off half of my hit points. So there's a couple of low health tanks below us. Oh, they just got finished off before we could get into the fray. Sneaky, sneaky. We don't quite have enough gun depression. Not quite enough. Uh-oh! Wow. Even though that tank was dead, we still took 200 damage from ramming him. That's unusual. Usually when you ram dead targets, you don't actually take any damage. So we're just trying to sneak our way past this T-29. And now I want to make an aggressive play. I don't feel like this kind of ridgeline engagement is going to be very good for the E-25. So I want to make use of the mobility and the speed of the tank to get itself out of any tricky situation like that. Just because we are defending on this assault game mode on Sand River doesn't mean that we actually have to defend the base the whole time. So I'm going to take the E-25 into a hopefully a sneaky position to be able to turn what has been a pretty good game into the real game that we want. So we know there are two T-29s below us. And we're just trying to pre-aim for them. But there's more important things to do. We spotted an artillery. And this is where you can get an idea of the 75mm on this tank. Check out that DPM and that accuracy. Taking out that. Is that a tier 7 or is that a tier 8? A tier 8 artillery. Very quickly. Now we're engaging these T-29s. And there's nothing that they can do about it because they simply don't know where we are. I believe that T-29 was about 350 meters away from us. 350 meters, and he couldn't see us. So with these kind of ranges against a heavy tank such as the T-29, it's quite tricky to put in, to penetrate your target with your regular rounds. So you saw me firing a few premium rounds, and I get bored of bouncing, so I decide to fire premium again. Now, as this is a premium vehicle, as long as you do penetrate your premium rounds, you will still make money. So I'm on my way to hopefully chew up this tasty tier 8 tank destroyer. But he gets annihilated by our GW Panther. Great shot there by our artillery. So the enemy are not done quite yet. They've got 2 tier 7 German heavy tanks up on the hill. A Tiger and a Tiger of the P variety. So I'm going to try and sneak my way up without getting spotted. So just to touch again on that engagement that we had against the T-29s, you saw that they were between about 300 to 350 meters, at least the first one that I was shooting at. And he literally couldn't see me because of our camouflage net. Because of the camouflage crew, and because of the fact that the camouflage rating after firing on the premium tank destroyers is unnerfed. And I'm not sure how long it will stay unnerfed for. Maybe they'll phase it out in the future, or maybe it's just an opportunity for you guys to have a little bit of a bonus. Now we're going to be engaging this heavy tank. We've got him tracked now, and there's very little that he can do. And this is just a very tasty snack at the end of the game. Able to do 965 damage to that Tiger P. And so there you have it. That's the E-25. The unnerfed camouflage rating after firing on this tank is something that you can make use of. Have a hell of a lot of fun, destroy your enemies, and also make a hell of a lot of credits while you're doing so. So let's just take a quick look at the post-game stats. So I believe this was my biggest E-25 game yet. We got the Tank Sniper Medal as we were engaging our targets at over a distance of 300 meters, and the High Caliber Medal, which is always a lovely one to pick up in your premium vehicles. We grossed 121,000 credits, of which 96,000 were profit. And we got nearly 2,700 experience for our regular with our premium account, which is nearly 1,800 base. The main reason for this is that not only did we do 4,000 damage, we also did 2,130 damage upon detecting and 500 upon detracking the target. This game really highlighted to me that using a camouflage net is almost a necessity on tank destroyers with a high rate of fire. Tank destroyers with high alpha damage such as the Object 704 or maybe even the ISU 152 can fire and then pull back round a corner after being spotted. The 75mm pop gun that's on the E-25 really does need to remain hidden if you want to have massive gains in this tank. When I originally got this little vehicle, I didn't really appreciate it. But I've been having some fantastic results in it recently, and it's a thoroughly enjoyable tank, and I do fully recommend it. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do consider rating it down below. It really helps the channel out. And let me know in the comments what you think about the fact that the premium tank destroyers didn't have their camouflage after firing nerfed. Are you of the opinion that this makes them special and keeps them fresh in the game? Or do you think that their camouflage rating after firing should be nerfed just like all the other tank destroyers? Anyway, if this video has sparked your interest in this tank, I have got a full tank review and I'll be putting a link up here so you can click that through if you're interested. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic and hopefully I'll see you soon.